Welcome to Japan. Adults commuting to work in the safety of trains or their cars, small businesses housing numerous customers, all socializing with each other or with the employees when they're not focused on their work. School children enjoying their young pre-adolescent life from window shopping at the local shopping centre, visiting tourist attractions and enjoying whatever sugar-filled desserts they can get their hands on. The government has unveiled a new project to boost the morale of the population, also being able to boast about being the safest country for the 8th time in a row, and without having to hide anything from their population. It is truly a clean, safe and transparent country.
It's not nice to describe someone like some sort of monster.
Lycoris Recoil follows our two main protagonists, Chisato Nishikigi and Takina Inoue, as they live their lives being field operatives called Lycoris. Their main purpose is to keep the peace of current-day Japan by neutralizing threats to public security. Lycoris works under direct attack, or DA for short, who adopt, raise and train these sugar-addicted teenagers to become the perfect defense force, focusing on their physical ability and the firearm usage, all whilst making them dress as schoolgirls for the perfect urban camouflage. However, unlike everyone else, our two MCs operate in a cafe called Lycoris Recoil, run by two adults, Mika, no surname, and Mizuki Nakahara, mainly because of Mika's role of being a pseudo-father to Chisato, and also because Takina got kicked out of the DA for firing a PKV per Shang at one of her teammates. The show follows the typical 22 to 23 minute episode, with 12 episodes in this one season, where we get a good balance of the two girls being Lycoris whilst experiencing a normal teenager life. Well, as normal as you can be when you're more trained than a JSDF soldier. Now first, I'm going to talk about the plot of the whole series. At the start, the plot mainly focuses on Takina's need of coming back to the DA after being transferred out due to her insubordination. In my opinion, it's not the best for like attracting new viewers. Yeah, like the characters they introduced are cute and the gunplay at the start was quite nicely done, but apart from that, if you don't have a solid entry to your plot, most people won't get attracted to her, and that's again how I felt when I first watched that first episode. But throughout the show, we'll learn about the arms deal that took place in that first episode, and the plot shifts from Takina trying to get into the DA in her like redemption arc to uncovering the main antagonist who had a part of that arms deal, revealed to be Majima, an edgy looking Deku who believes that Japan is too peaceful and needs to experience a few terror attacks to understand the true meaning of peace. Honestly, it's a better plot that gives the show like an actual villain for Lycoris Recoil to defeat, even if that villain is just like a wannabe edgelord who has a mindset of Japan needs a villain, and if I have to be one, then so be it. But again, it gives the show an actual villain. It gives the characters a reason to like start doing all like that Lycoris Recoil thing, because there's now an actual threat for them to fight. Plus, it also weaves Takina's redemption arc into the story quite well by not making it the main focal point of the whole show, but rather a side plot that gets completed when Majima gets defeated. There's also Chisato's subplot, which isn't revealed until like halfway through the show. Long story short, Chisato has an artificial heart that was created by Mika and another antagonist called Shinji Yoshimasu. Basically, the whole point of it is that Shinji sponsored the surgery as well as the artificial heart, as long as Mika basically made Chisato into this perfect killing machine that will protect Japan. However, he failed to do so because he took Chisato under his wing and basically just treated her as his own daughter. Again, like Takina's, Chisato's subplot ties well with the actual main plot of the story, as Shinji is also connected to the arms deal, which no one realized until the end. If you enjoyed the rest of the video, leave a like on this video as it will help me out. As you can see, I'm still starting out my journey of being a weird anime reviewer thing. And also, if you do enjoy my videos overall, subscribe to my channel so you can see any more reviews that come up. And if you've got an anime or manga you want me to review, just leave it in the comments for me. I'm down to review anything really. Now let's take a better look at our two protagonists, Chisato and Takina. Chisato's personality is very bubbly and somewhat airheaded, with how nonchalant she is when she's in the field doing her Lycoris stuff, plus how she isn't entirely serious most of the time, casually talking with any like high value target they're escorting, or just engaging in casual conversation with her enemies, especially right at the end where she just shares a drink with Majima as he tries to blow up the new tower. However, don't let this happy-go-lucky personality get the best of you, as not only she is highly athletic and being able to perform well under pressure and under intense injuries, but she can also predict her opponent's next moves just by observing them. That means not only she can beat you in something as simple like rock paper scissors, but she can also dodge high caliber weapons even at at point blank range. Also, just to add to the ridiculousness of her character, she uses a modified M1911 pistol that can shoot non-lethal armor piercing rounds, which doesn't make sense because it's an oxymoron, and it sounds like something a cyborg would use, which again, she has an artificial heart, so I guess she kinda is one, minus all of the metal stuff in her system. Next is Takina, who is the complete opposite of Chisato. Where Chisato is more laid back, Takina is completely serious. She doesn't like to faff around with anything and will make sure the task she's assigned to is completed with no issues or deviations from the original plan. Moreover, she will logically go through the best plan even if it puts her own teammates at risk. Exhibit A, killing a bunch of arms sealers who had a teammate hostage by firing a Russian LMG at the general direction. The different styles of working gets a lot more obvious when they start working together. Takina is completely fine with using others as bait and taking a more forceful and lethal approach if it gets the job done. Chisato, on the other hand, will make sure that everyone who is involved in that fight is fine with her use of non-lethal rounds, as well as providing first aid to even the enemy. Even near the end of the show, Chisato refused to kill 2 of the antagonists. One of them also had an artificial heart, which she needed, otherwise she would have died within 2 months. Takina, however, was happy just to open fire at them, not even landing a shot, just to shoot generally that direction, and is even stopped by Chisato from killing the perpetrators, even though one of them needed to die in order for her to live. Hell, even their principles as Lycoris are different. Takina firmly believes that they should be only used for keeping the peace through targeted killings and covert operations. Meanwhile, Chisato expanded her idea of helping people to volunteering at the free school, helping a language teacher at their school, and even providing the Yakuza with their own coffee supply, which Takina thought it was a drug deal and was a counterpart for them to take out the Yakuza group, only for Chisato to stop them. Again, they're completely 2 different characters in their own, not even just the personality, but in their own beliefs. This duality in their methods, beliefs, and personality keeps the show interesting, as you can see how each of the characters operate during a combat scenario, and especially when they're both together working, as you can get to see the result of a skirmish where half of the people are either dead or bleeding out and the other half are just alive and in pain as they question how a young teenage girl got the best of them. Plus, their contradicting personality works well with any slice of life element the show has, from going shopping to working at the cafe, with Takina being the straight man of the joke and Chisato being the funny man. Also, there's this Yuri-like relationship they have with each other. There's no obvious sign of affection for each other, if they have any in the first place, but it goes well with the standard slice of life aspect of the show. It just makes the show very cute, very sweet, and again, it doesn't affect the show's plot at all, or the pacing. It's just a nice thing to have in the background as you watch the filler episode before the next one. The show's art style isn't something to be hyped about. Personally, I found it quite average for a show like this, but it does have some good shots, such as the 2 towers and at the end where Chisato and Takina are eating by the sunset. However, I will give credit to the show's gunplay. While it is completely ridiculous for a schoolgirl to just twirl around with 7.62 shots go past her and miss like she's a reverse magnet, the gunplay is actually quite nicely done in the show, from the actual stance of the shooters to the actual design of the gun to even the small things such as loading the magazine of the gun. It's again, art style itself is just just average, but things like this or the small detail just makes it slightly better than what I thought it should be. I also have the same opinion about the comedy of the show. Again, it's nothing to praise highly of. The show didn't reinvent the wheel or anything with the jokes, but the jokes aren't bad at all. They're things that you'd expect from any normal slice of life show about schoolgirls that didn't tow around 45 caliber pistols wherever they go. And again, the combination of Chisato's funny man personality setting up the jokes or the scenarios, and then Takina's straight man personality giving that punchline to wherever Chisato antics was, just makes the show a lot more entertaining than, again, what I thought it would be. To be honest, I wasn't expecting much from this show, at all. From a glance, it looked like a weird take of the overly satirized genre of slice of life that involves schoolgirls, but introducing the 2 main characters as gun-towing drillers who work for a secret organization used to protect Japan from crime genuinely kicked me back and made me watch the show seriously, and it worked. The show's idea was a unique take that personally I haven't seen before. The animation and art style, whilst not being revolutionary, was really good, and the comedy of the show again didn't try go above and beyond what has already been set out. It just stuck with what was good and just kept rolling with it, which sounds like a negative, but it isn't, because it worked well with the characters. The chemistry between Chisato and Takina kept the show entertaining and again just made me enjoy the show even more. The only thing I'm slightly annoyed about this series, not the show, but just the series, is that I can't find the short movie which features the daily lives of Chisato, Takina and their friends. Again, there's no like word of the short movie, like what day it's gonna be aired yet, if it's gonna be aired yet at all. It exists, but no word of it. Plus there's also a new Lycoris Recoil project that was announced back in February 2023, and when that project comes out, I'll happily firm that Kickback again and watch both of them again if it comes out. Overall, the show isn't something to praise so highly of, but it still was a good show. A 7 out of 10 for me, and I'm okay with that. Just want to say before you guys leave, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my reviews, and leave a comment if you've got an anime or manga you want me to review. Again, I'm down to review anything really. Otherwise, I've been Rage, and thank you for watching my video. Deuces.